Okay, so today I'm gonna talk about something. I don't know, I'm high again. It's Thursday and they changed the timetable, so tomorrow I have to wake up at 8. This didn't happen to me before because I usually smoke weed when I can sleep in the morning till I'm full of sleep. I don't know if that's the word. Anyway, what I'm saying is, today the inspector visited me, and like he was, wait, the light turned off. It's fine, I'm gonna keep speaking. I think it's still recording, yes. So the inspector came to me and he spent with me 2 hours, not just 1 hour. Normally they spend 1 hour and they leave. And he spent with me 2 hours. And yesterday, because I know today is Thursday and I hate Thursdays, I said to myself, I need to complete the record book. So the record book, I completed it yesterday, last night. Anyway, thank God, because I hate this day. I hate Thursday so much. I always hated it. Anyway, I don't know why I think about Present Perfect saying no, not Present Perfect. I'm talking about used to. I used to hate it, and then I said I still hate it, so I have to use Present Perfect. I have hated it. I don't know what's the Present Perfect of this word. I mean, I have hated it. I've always hated this day. Yes, I've always hated this day. Oh my God, I'm an English teacher. Anyway, the inspector visited me and he sat with me for 2 hours, and the first hour, I mean, I saw him at the beginning. I saw him at the door with the guard talking to him. You know, the guard that keeps security, the security guy of the school. So he was speaking to me, and I saw him, and I said hi to him from far. Then I entered the classroom. Unfortunately, today I came late. It's the first time I come late. I never come late, but today I came late, and it was about 5 minutes, and I found the principal in my classroom. And the principal came out, and he shook my hand and said, "Sylvian." And I said, "Is okay." And he went out, and I said hi to that motherfucker. And then I went to the classroom. I was scared he's gonna come in, but he didn't. He went away for 2 hours, and then in these 2 hours, I did everything. Like the first one was a quiz, the second one was a punctuation lesson, and then after finishing the punctuation lesson, what I did is after finishing the punctuation lesson, I went to the bathroom and then copied some papers, made copies. I came back and he comes in. I teach reading comprehension, and his remarks were so stupid, like echoing. I knew I was echoing, but I was echoing only when I corrected the students' pronunciations. I didn't echo the answers, I corrected their pronunciation. Anyway, echoing. And then he said something funny. He said, at the end of the session, I asked him to write a paragraph, and the paragraph should contain which is their favorite holiday, and because the unit is about holidays and celebrations, which is their favorite celebration or festival, why do they like it, and what do they do in it, and what they eat, stuff like that. I asked him to write the paragraph, and when I sit with him, he said to me, "Why did you ask them to write a paragraph?" I told him that they just reordered sentences and that they learned how to write a paragraph in this session, not fully, but 2 examples, and they had to write the paragraph. He said, "No, have you taught them how to write a paragraph?" I said, "No, not yet, not a full lesson, but still, we usually write paragraphs. I'm not expecting a full paragraph with a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and the concluding sentence, but a normal paragraph has 3 true sentences about what they like and why." Anyway, he said, "No, you shouldn't give them that until you're fucking until you teach them a paragraph, otherwise you wouldn't know what to do, etc., etc., etc." And then he said to me, he looked at me very weirdly. I mean, it's like he was disgusted, or he wanted to push that fear in me. I don't know. He wanted to make me scared. These motherfuckers do that. Anyways, the second session, I was so pressed I needed to go to the bathroom, which is the funny part. I was gonna pee in my pants. I wanted to go so bad to the bathroom, and he was sitting with me, and I was waiting for him to leave. And then he said to me, "Welcome your students." I said, "Well, why?" He said, "I'm gonna stay with you." I said, "God damn, man. Yeah, I mean, don't you have other teachers to visit? What the fuck? Why are you gonna spend with me 2 hours?" I didn't say to him this, but I said to him, "I have a quiz." And he said, "I'll stay with you anyway." So I had nothing to do. I started the second session. I wrote some exercises that the students did, and then I said to them, corrected with them as a review to the test. to the quiz, and then he said to me, and suddenly that fucking handicapped motherfucker student wanted to go to the bathroom. He was acting strange. I sent him to the bathroom. The superintendent came and he asked me about him. I told him that I sent him to the bathroom, and he came with him and he brought him back to the class. I don't know what happened. Anyway, he sat next to a girl that I called for him to write because he can't write. That's another story, a long story. Anyway, after that, I just came back and corrected the quiz with them, corrected the review with them, and he said, "That's cheating." I was like, "What? Why are you speaking while I'm doing the lesson? It's very weird. It's very strange of you to speak." And then I raised the board. I didn't care about him. I raised the board, and after I raised the board, I distributed the papers, hand out the papers, and then go fuck yourself. And then I started paying attention to them. One bitch, she put her thumb down, as it's like saying that the test is hard. She put her thumbs down, and the inspector saw her, and he looked at me and her with disgust, like, what's this relationship? And then one motherfucker started cheating. The supervisor said to me with his eyes that guy is cheating. Before that I came to him and I asked him, because I saw him looking down, I asked him to put the notebook I found the notebook under the table, and I asked him to put the notebook in the bag, in the school bag. And then another time the inspector looked at me and he said that with his eyes, that he pointed to them that they are cheating. I came back to them again and I separated them, and that motherfucker didn't want to change his place, and he started bargaining with me. He said to me, "No, I don't want to sit in the back, I want to sit in the front." I said to him, "Go, there is no chair because the table was broken, there was no wood." He said, "I would," and then he was coming like a stupid guy because he didn't understand, and then he saw that there is no chair and understood what I said, and he said to me, "I want to sit anyway," and I told him to sit, and he wouldn't stop talking the whole session. I needed to put a stop to it, but I couldn't because that motherfucker was there. Anyway, I kept pressing that B that I talked about because I needed to be so badly, and waited until the end of the session. I took back the papers and asked him. Of course, I took the phone of that motherfucker, and then I gave it to him back at the end. I took their papers and then I counted them so that he noticed that I counted papers, but he didn't notice. I came to him, said to me, "I want to sit with you before the students come in." I said, "Which students? This is the last session, you motherfucker. Are you gonna stay with me from 12 to 1:30? From 12:30 to 1:30? And then he said, "No, they're coming to have lunch because I teach in the cafeteria," which he didn't consider. Anyway, that's a long story. Anyway, what happened is that, so I sat with him and I said, "Put quiz A and quiz B." "Are you crazy? I'm gonna print 2 papers, quiz A, quiz B for each student. I'm so tired to do that." And then he said to me, "Why vocabulary is outside of language? Why is this? Why is that?" He criticized the fucking quiz session, which is a quiz. I mean, it's not even a job, it's a quiz. Just super intend or guard the quiz. How can you criticize that? That's so stupid. And anyway, that's enough for today. Very weird. Weird. I mean, this is the second Moroccan movie. I put a Moroccan movie on my bookmark for so long. It's been almost 8 weeks or more. Before, I watched the movie of Nabila Ayush, and it was about a teacher who had the inspector, the same thing I told you about today. And then now I clicked on the bookmark and saw the movie, and I said I'll watch it tonight. I opened it, and it's called Jibel Musa, and then it's also about a teacher. I mean, what are they targeting me? That's very weird to me. Is it a coincidence or what? Or a message or what? I mean, I have one idea which is very weird and very strange, especially now that I'm on weed. I don't know if it sounds good to you, but to me it sounded amazing. Maybe because I'm high. Anyway, so the idea came like this. I was like listening to rock songs, and it was so noisy because I'm high, and I was like, I thought about Chopsay. It's a song by System of a Down, and that song is so satanic. I was like, you know what? I don't believe in God, but I believe in Satan, like in Shaitan. I mean, I believe in Satan, for sure, because there are more evidence for Satan than there are for God. Like Buddha said, the God who created this world is Satan. There are so many fucking evidence for Satan's existence. I mean, the world is full of evil. It's full of evil, disasters, sicknesses, worms that grows in babies' eyes, cancer in the brain, many shit that is very impossible to understand. And it's not just in humans, it's also in animals. Animals killing each other and eating each other, blood shed everywhere. I mean, this is obvious that it's evil, considering our norms, because evil and good are just, they're not actual things, they're just concepts made by the human brain. Anyway, so it's clearly evil from our perspective. And yet, I mean, what can you say? I mean, don't they say that Satan is evil? We have evidence for evil, so you are true. Satan is true. Unless you say Satan can't be true without a God. In that way, I would say God is Satan. If there is a God, it's Satan. It's not God, the God that you love, Jesus, or the God of Muhammad and Abraham and Moses. I mean, that's it. This is my idea, like Satanism. I believe in Satan, but I don't believe in God. Also, I want to say something. Like, I'm really interested in Anthony LaVey, the Satanic Bible. Anthony LaVey is a Satanist who founded the Church of Satan, and he wrote a book called Satanic Bible, and it's actually not that horrific. It's good. It talks about rules of Satanists or people who wants to follow Satan. You should follow your own desires and do everything you want and care about yourself. Be selfish. I mean, the opposite rules or morals of the church, and it was very good, a good read for people who like to read. Anthony LaVey, I mean, his Satanist ideas and his Satanist Bible are very interesting to me. I mean, I love them and I love talking about him. I think with all his rituals and stupid silly costumes, I think he actually made a good religion, better than the prophets.